Today we're pitting three properties against one another with a house-hunting couple who enjoy a little competition.
Got a good feeling about this one.
And that positivity seems to be catching.
I'm getting a good vibe from you.
Yes.
Yes, good vibes, you're right.
Yes, we're excited.
But you can't always put a price on happiness.
Yes, I've been watching the smile get bigger and bigger. So how much is that smile worth? How much will you pay to keep that smile? That's a difficult question, isn't it? Welcome to Escape to the Country. Today I'm in Wiltshire, a county famous for its H's. 3 in fact. Firstly, it's renowned for its ham, and then for its giant chalk horses, and also, most of all, for its history. There are more prehistoric sites in Wiltshire than in any other county. So if you are on the hunt for a slice of the past and a home for the future, then look no further than wonderful Wiltshire.
The average price of detached properties in Wiltshire is just over £415,000, which is about £32,000 higher than you'll pay across the rest of the country. But for those extra pounds, you do get a particularly attractive blend of standout natural and man-made landscapes. Residents and tourists of all ages delight at the chance to glimpse any one of the giant chalk horses carved into the hillsides. And the mystery of the origins and purpose of Stonehenge on Salisbury Plain is one that continues to puzzle scientists and visitors from all around the world. Wiltshire's streets are filled with beautiful architecture that spans the ages. Look beyond the parked cars, and the Cotswold stone buildings that line the streets here evoke timeless peace and tranquility. This is summed up perfectly by one home in the town of Cricklade with its quirky plaque boasting that nothing happened. Despite this, there appears to be enough going on to attract people from far and wide.
I think Wiltshire's a bit of a hidden gem, and to make the most of the large green outside spaces that we have and the sort of small chocolate block country villages that we have as well.
Wiltshire really does have some of the best countryside in the UK. It's one of the reasons I moved down here, just to be surrounded by such fantastic habitats like the wildflower meadows with all the butterflies. I'm really, really lucky to live here.
Now, I'm not usually one for statistics, but in recent years, bested only by Cornwall, more people have moved into Wiltshire than have left the county, which means that arguably it's one of the most popular counties in England. So our couple today really need to get their skates on if they want to be part of this hot property action.
I'd say our relationship works so well because we have a similar sense of humour. We're really sort of glass half full people. We still laugh as much today as we did at the beginning.
We do.
I saw Liz standing in a queue for the coats and the umbrellas, and I thought, I've got to go and talk to her. And so I sidled up and got her number, and we've never looked back.
That's right.
Liz and John's love story began almost 4 decades ago in a nightclub, and it appears John's always been one to go after what he wants.
I moved to Reading when I was a teenager to follow my dreams of becoming a top fencer, sword fencer, and the best fencing club in the country was in Reading. And over the years I got better and better, and I went on to compete in the Olympic Games. Competing in the Olympics 3 times was one of the proudest moments of my life.
With competing now behind him, the pair still live in Reading in a 3-bedroom chalet bungalow. They run their own fishing equipment business, born out of one of John's other passions.
We work really well together. We're a really good team because I'm really organised and John's really not.
But work is all-consuming, and after an unexpected health scare, they decided to change gear in every aspect of their lives.
We've been together for 38 years, but we only got married 2 years ago.
Yes. Yeah, it took me a long time to get around with it, but I got there in the end, didn't I?
You did.
Yeah, there was a bit of a life-changing situation happened a few years ago, about 4 years ago, when I was diagnosed with advanced prostate cancer. Went through all the chemotherapy and radiotherapy and so on, and it made us re-evaluate our life and what the important things were for us in life. We want to find a different lifestyle and get a much better work-lifestyle balance.
We're going to live a lot more, have a lot more time for each other and for our various pastimes. I love spending time in the garden with my plants and my vegetables, and John loves fishing on the River Thames.
And Wiltshire's the place they've decided they'll be able to live the life they dream of. Their 25-year-old daughter Emily will be making the move with them, while she saves to buy her own home.
We love the county.
It's beautiful.
There's lots of beautiful villages. It's got the rural feel we'd really like. We've just been too busy with our business, and now I can do some photography, you can do your painting, and we won't be too far away from my beloved River Thames, so I can come back and do a bit of fishing.
Or our friends.
And our friends. And the fencing club.
Health scares can often be a catalyst for embracing change, and that was certainly the case for Liz and John, because it led to their long-awaited marriage and then to this big move into the countryside. And with their house under offer, the pressure is really on me, not only to find them a home, but also something for their daughter Emily as well.
Liz and John's absolute top budget is £525,000. They want a 3-bedroom character home with a traditional layout, but contemporary interior. They'd like a dining kitchen, enough room for daughter Emily to join them, and a spacious garden that has outbuilding potential for John, plus decent parking. With that in mind, we've picked 3 excellent properties to show them. And only after they've had a good look around each will I let them in on the price. Last in the lineup, but by no means least, is the Mystery House, which is as much about the outside as it is the inn.
Wow, here we are. Nice weather for ducks.
Still beautiful.
Indeed, and it's good to see properties in the rain, because if you love them in the rain, you'll love them even more in the sunshine.
Yes, that's true.
I'm trying to rack my brains to see whether I've ever shown an Olympian properties on this show.
It'd be nice to be a first.
I don't have to rack very far. I haven't.
Oh.
That's very exciting.
Yes.
So you've had quite a couple of years. It's been a difficult couple of years.
Yes, it has.
How is your health?
It's improving at the moment, yes, and that's prompted us to change our life. And if we could find a beautiful property, rural type of property, not too far away from our current place, that would be perfect.
It's a beautiful county. Lots of people want to live here, but there's some lovely properties, and we've found some real jewels to show you. So shall we start our hunt?
Yes.
Fantastic, yes.
Okay.
Can't wait.
En garde. Is that what one says?
Okay, on y va.
Oh, on y va, even better. Come on, let's go.
Not letting the elements dampen our spirits, we're pressing on and seeing just one property today, which is in the north of the county in the village of West Overton. Located within the North Wessex Downs, the rural community is just 3 miles from the picturesque village of Avebury, with its pretty cottages and a handful of amenities including a village shop and a pub, not forgetting, of course, the world-famous prehistoric monuments. Just 3 miles south, we find our first property.
Come on in, guys.
Wow, lovely.
Wow.
Late Victorian, 1880s. Would have been part of the estate round here. Are you okay with it being attached?
Yeah,
I think we are. Don't
yeah, I like
think
this
that's
style. I like
a
the look of
problem.
the house.
I think it's really pretty.
The location's fantastic.
It is.
Overton and this area is one of the areas we were looking at. It's easy access to everywhere, but it's so quiet.
It's quiet.
It's just the sort of thing we're looking for, really.
What's lovely about this is that right next door you've got some fields, which are actually a Saxon village.
Oh.
So they'll never, ever be touched.
Oh.
Do we look inside? We're going through the side door.
This attractive red brick period home, topped with a smart slate roof, is full of character. It's beautifully renovated without compromising on its original charm. We're kicking off in the kitchen.
I know that it's probably a little smaller than you were hoping.
Yes, probably.
Yes. I mean, this house is a lot about the location. So the compromise for the location and being able to afford it is that it's a little more compact.
Yes.
And we were thinking, Emily's not going to be with you forever and ever and ever.
I think it's pretty. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet, really.
A couple have been here about 8 years. They've used all the space that they've been given really beautifully.
Yes.
And they have also drawn up plans to build out over, to get rid of the garage, build out and extend the house top and bottom, would make this, in fact, the hallway.
Yes.
And a big, big kitchen diner
Yes.
front and back there.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. That adds an element to it.
Yeah. Well, let's continue the tour of what is here. This is the dining room. So this was an actual extension that they put on in the 70s, extending the house. The original cottage would have just been this front part.
It's good for a dining room. Yeah, it's fine.
Yes,
Yes.
it's fine. We've got a long table, but that would fit.
Yeah. And they did have plans of opening this up because this takes you through into the sitting room.
Lovely.
I like the fireplace.
Well, the log burner's nice, isn't it?
That would be perfect.
Is it too small, do you think?
I think as it is at the moment, it's probably a bit small. But I'm willing to be persuaded.
In terms of, are you thinking of this as a sort of downsizing and a simplifying, or is this a sort of upsizing?
It's more a sideways move.
Yes.
To allow us to have what we want, a lifestyle. It's difficult to see less space in this house. I like it.
Well, we've still got upstairs and the garden, so why don't you lead on?
Stairs tucked away at the back of the house lead to the first floor, where a stylish neutral bathroom serves the 3 double bedrooms found up here. The 2 at the back give options for their daughter Emily. They both have beautiful views across the garden and the countryside beyond. But I want to show Liz and John the main bedroom in the original part of the house.
It's a pretty room.
It's a pretty room. It's all beautifully decorated, isn't it? I mean, I think that the house has a lot of potential for us if we were able to put that extension on the side. And that really comes back to the budget and whether we can afford it.
Yes.
I think the thing that might clinch it for you is the garden, because that really gives you a sense of place, location and history.
Yes.
So if you want to head downstairs,
Yes.
take a look.
For Liz, this move is all about the outside space, and here she shouldn't be disappointed. There's a pretty, well-kept garden to the front, and to the rear a sheltered patio leads to a long lawn bordered with flowers and hedges. A number of seating areas are designed to take in the surrounding views.
Oh, this is lovely.
And there's also a small garden office, which I hope might work as a workshop or storage space for John.
And then the veggie patch here, they've got lovely raised beds as well.
They're lovely, and there's somewhere for my greenhouse.
Exactly.
Yes.
You
And
get
this
rid
is
of the
really
chicken.
nice for the evening. Sit out there with a gin and tonic, and lovely in the sunshine.
Yeah. So what do you think of the garden?
I think it's lovely. It's big enough.
In your mind's eye, if you can see the extension going across, it's actually a very big extension.
That's really interesting to us.
So, of course, if you wanted to do the extension, you need some money. So
Yes.
what do you think the price tag on this property is?
I would hope that it would be worth, to make it feasible for us, 400, perhaps a bit under 400.
I think maybe a little more, 410.
So this is on the market for offers over 450,000.
Wow. Okay.
And it's a very sharp and lively market, so they've already had some offers on it. So
Yes.
why don't you go and have a look at the outside office and have another look around the lovely house inside.
Okay, lovely.
Great.
This gorgeous late 19th century semi-detached home has swept in very comfortably below budget. With 3 bedrooms, a delightful established garden and a home office, it also has the potential to be extended.
Oh, that's a nice space.
Yes, it is. I mean, that would be perfect for the bikes and my fishing tackle and the bits for the boat.
Yes,
that would
it
fit
would.
really nicely in there.
I think this is a beautiful house. It feels really lovely. I think the garden's beautiful. The views are great, but I'm not sure there's enough space for John to work.
Well, I can see why Alistair brought us to this property, because the location is actually fantastic. The house is beautiful and the feel of it is perfect. I think the proportions might be a bit tight for us. The extension would do it, definitely, but it's a bit outside our budget. So I think that's going to push it away from us, unfortunately, because otherwise we really love it.
Hey, any last minute conversions, or is it still a bit too small?
I think it's so beautiful. It's such a pretty house, but I think it's a little too small.
Oh, well, never mind. I'm glad we showed it to you nonetheless. We've got plenty more.
Brilliant.
Wiltshire is known for its waterways, and something that's particularly special about them is hidden from sight. Chalk streams are a rare type of river where chalk bedrock filters the water, making it crystal clear and perfect for wildlife to thrive in. But historic management and pollution mean these chalk streams are in danger. Alice Baker and Nick Wilson make up the water team at the Wiltshire Wildlife Trust. Liz and keen fisherman John have come to meet them at Langford Lakes Nature Reserve to learn how they monitor the county's rivers.
So we're next to the River Wiley, which is one of the chalk streams that we've got running through the county. We're very lucky to have this as part of our reserve. You can see that we've got lovely clean gravels and fast flowing water, which is exactly the kind of thing you want to see, looking very healthy at the minute. And that means it supports a really huge array of different wildlife organisms, from small invertebrates in the kind of gravel and the sand, all the way up to larger fish, kingfishers, water voles, and a really, really wide variety of plants on the riverbanks as well.
Why is it important to look after the chalk streams?
Chalk streams are really important to protect because they're very unique. So there's only about 200 chalk streams in the world, and we're really lucky to have about 80–85% of them in the southwest of England.
So what's the work that you do with the water team?
So we work with natural material to restore the river to a more healthy environment.
I think through doing that we work quite a lot, obviously just ourselves directly on the river, but also with a lot of local communities and larger stakeholders, water companies, environmental companies, and a huge number of volunteers.
Perhaps that's something we can get involved in.
I think we might like
Definitely,
that.
yeah. Well, we can teach you some skills today.
Well, there's no time like the present. Starting off with river dipping, a river health check, where insects taken from the water are counted and then returned.
So we put the net down and then put our foot upstream, kicking it around, and then take it out, going upstream, holding the net like this, and then passing it to Alice, who will empty it out into the bucket.
Okay.
And then we're going to take that up into the bank and sort the invertebrates out and see what we've got. And then the different species and the numbers of invertebrates we've got determines on how healthy the river is. Kick around, and then when you've kicked around for a few seconds, just move maybe slightly.
Make sure you're putting your whole body behind it and really kicking and disturbing as much of the gravel as you can. You can see the shrimps from the outside.
There's
moving.
loads,
Oh
yeah.
my god. So I've got loads of shrimp in that sample, that's great. There's a lot of life in this bucket, it looks really good.
A river busy with healthy invertebrates and flies provides plenty of food for fish and other wildlife.
Yeah, look at those shrimps. It's buzzing with them, isn't it?
Next job is to see what else is thriving in the water.
What happens with the fish?
I didn't think there'd be as much life as there is.
So we've got loads of freshwater shrimps in here, as you can see, it's absolutely teeming with them. And they're a sign that you've got a really healthy river there. So these are food source for a huge number of the other invertebrates, but also fish and some of the birds as well. So having loads of these is a really, really good sign for the river. If we didn't have them, that would be obviously very bad. That's what a lot of our volunteers are watching out for. And it can be a sign there's been maybe a pollution or something wrong with the river and the water quality.
We've also been exceptionally lucky and got a brook lamprey today.
Yes.
So they're a really good indication of good quality habitat. And you do find quite a few of them around on the chalk streams.
It's great to see that, because I'd seen pictures of them, but I'd never actually seen one.
Oh, sorry, I've just seen a caddisfly. I'm going to get that out straight away. So this is one of your case caddis.
They make their cocoons, as a way, out of silk, and there's almost 200 species of that in the UK, and they're really important food for trout, grayling and other fish in the river.
Really nice to see that river's looking so good, and I hope you've enjoyed the day and you might come back and do some volunteering with us sometime.
It's been a fantastic day, hasn't it?
We've had a
really
great
enjoyed
time.
it. Yeah,
Really
It's been a pleasure to have you.
A sterling effort from Liz and John, but for now we're giving them a breather before we get back to the business of house hunting. First thing tomorrow morning. We're in Wiltshire on the second leg of our search for a character home for Liz and John from Reading. They're after something with a garden project for Liz and a home office for John. Still to come, I get stuck into a vintage sport.
Oh, I can't.
And our couple are on the fence with our mystery house.
I'm liking what I'm seeing, but I'm not feeling it at the moment.
Day 2 here in Wiltshire, and I'm always saying it's better to see houses in the rain because then you know what they're going to be like in the winter, but it's much nicer to see them in full sunshine. So I'm hoping the sun is going to continue to illuminate our 2 properties today. The second one is the Mystery House, which is in a beautiful Wiltshire location. It's very quaint, and it's going to allow John and Liz to put their mark on the property. But first, something for Emily, because yesterday I don't think the house really gave them enough space for when their daughter comes to live with them. But this one has plenty of space, but will it be too big when she moves out?
For our next property destination, we're travelling further south, headed for the village of Hillcott. Just a few miles away is the larger village of Pewsey, with the River Avon running through it. Along its attractive high street, John and Liz could take their pick from a great range of independent shops and watering holes, both big and small. The village also benefits from a train station, meaning John could be back in Reading for his beloved fencing club in under 40 minutes. Just 4 miles away, we've come to see this double-fronted Victorian cottage.
Here is our second offering. This is a lovely area, lovely
That's
quiet
pretty.
road.
Pretty house, yes.
Really pretty. I love the door in the middle. I think it's really attractive.
And the location's lovely.
Do you know Pewsey?
We have been through Pewsey.
And all of these little villages around the outside, they're all just typical Wiltshire, aren't they? They're just
Yes.
fantastic.
This house is going to give you a bit more space, particularly for Emily, because you can't see it, but there's an extension up, which is more visible from the back. So there's a whole floor that she could inhabit.
I love it.
Yes.
I'm getting a good vibe from you.
Yes.
Yes, good vibes, you're right.
Yes, we're excited to go in.
So let's go and have a peek.
Great.
This early 1900s property may be attached, but that certainly doesn't mean it's lacking in room. It comes with a substantial 5 bedrooms and great living spaces.
So down the hall into this lovely sitting room.
Oh, this is lovely.
Ah,
It's really lovely.
Nice space there, isn't there?
it's great, isn't it? So triple aspect, which is kind of unusual, but light flooding in
Oh,
from
it's
everywhere.
really light.
Yes,
Is this a
really
little more
nice.
the dimensions you were hoping for?
Yes.
certainly, yes. This feels really nice.
Okay, so the kitchen was a talking point last time, so if you want to head through into the kitchen,
Okay.
see what you think of that.
The country kitchen cum breakfast room lies just across the hallway.
Ah. So it's also not a gigantic kitchen as it stands.
It's not enormous, but there's room for a table.
Well, what's interesting about this property is that there are lots of options. So you could push through into this. So this is another nice little sitting room, but you could make this into a kitchen dining room.
That would be wonderful.
The other option, of course, is it makes probably more sense. As you see, there's this kind of patio, kind of concrete space outside, is to push out.
Yeah.
I'm
Great.
not put off by the size of the kitchen.
I think when you like a house, you like a house.
Yes.
Yes.
There are 2 floors upstairs, so you've got 5 bedrooms. So I'm going to let you go and explore upstairs, and I will wait for you downstairs when you're done.
Right,
Okay.
okay. But you can't get.
I must say it feels like we've already hit gold, but there's still so much more to see. Up on the first floor, the bathroom is for the use of 2 of the 3 bedrooms on this level. Both decorated for children and situated at the back of the house, they come with views to boot.
Oh, there's another nice room.
Oh, you'd easily get a double bed in here.
Yes.
Got a good feeling about this one.
I can't hear the words, but the intonation is very positive, as it should be, because this house is beautiful and spacious.
And as main bedrooms go, I don't anticipate any complaints about the size of this one.
Oh, wow, this room's lovely.
Oh, this is really lovely.
It's huge, isn't it?
Oh, you've got views from every window.
Yeah.
Oh, ensuite.
And it's a large ensuite as well.
It's really lovely.
Great outlook. Yeah, it's really
It's
lovely.
a wonderful
Yeah.
size.
Yeah. So now we've got the mystery bit going up the stairs. Have
That
a look.
could be somewhere for Emily.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Up in the eaves, the loft space has been converted into 2 large rooms.
Oh, wow.
Oh, this is nice. Oh, it's actually quite a big space, isn't it?
It is. Oh,
Oh, this is nice.
oh, lovely.
This could work really well for Emily.
So she could have a bedroom and a living area.
Yep. She'd love it up here.
She would.
With daughter Emily sorted, Liz and John are joining me in the back garden.
Ah, here you are. Did you have a good look round upstairs?
Yes, it's lovely, isn't it?
We love the house.
It's big, isn't it?
It is.
It is.
Let's explore.
For Liz, the large garden is a blank canvas, and John gets an outbuilding with both office and storage space. There are also decked seating areas ideal for enjoying some downtime.
I can do so much with this garden. I'm picturing my vegetable beds and my greenhouse.
Lovely fields in the background. We could just imagine George coming out here. He's got plenty of little furry things to eat.
George?
He's our cat.
Ah, George the cat, yes.
It's lovely.
Yes, I've been watching the smile get bigger and bigger.
So how much is that smile worth? How much will you pay to
That's a
keep that
difficult
smile
question,
on,
isn't it?
on your face?
Well, I hope we can afford it. I think probably 525.
Okay. I'm always more optimistic than Liz. I'm hoping it's going to be 500.
In this case, your optimism is misplaced, I'm afraid, John. It is indeed right at the top of your top budget at £525,000.
Okay.
Because really it offers you everything you need, plus the
does.
potential for a life together where you can make it work for you.
Yes.
You've brought us to a lovely house.
Well, why don't you go and explore? There's lots to explore. So head back in.
Okay, thanks.
On the market for £525,000, this Victorian semi-detached cottage has come up trumps. It's in a great location, offers no less than 5 bedrooms, and has a garden that provides project potential for Liz, as well as the outside office for John.
An interesting space, isn't it?
Well, that's very
It's an
useful.
office, because that's only a partition wall as well.
Oh,
So that would easily come out and go into the space next door.
right.
That gives me the extra space.
I love it.
Yes, it's got a really nice feel to it. Love the views. The rural aspect of it is really pretty.
And the garden is a blank canvas, so I
Yeah.
can do exactly what I want in it. It's really
So
exciting.
there's still another house to go.
I know.
Come on out. It's beautiful house buying weather.
It is.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Because we've got one more to see.
Yes. Great.
Great.
Liz and John have £525,000 to spend on their new home in the country, but for those whose property pound doesn't stretch quite so far, there's still a lot on offer. Take this lovely Grade 2 listed brick and flint 2-bedroom cottage. On the market at £275,000, it has bags of character, plus a home office in the garden. And you wouldn't have to go far for a pint after work. If you want to try before you buy, this thatched 3-bedroom rental cottage could give you a great taste of country life. Its rural location guarantees far-reaching countryside views for less than £300 a week. And if you fancy a bird's-eye view of the county, how about a weekend break in this striking luxury tree house? Set out over 3 levels, it sleeps up to 6 and costs £500 a night in peak season. Our search for Liz and John continues, this time in the village of Bulkington, close to the market town of Devizes. Its streets are lined with a range of beautiful and diverse architecture, with the village's Grade 2 listed cross, a memorial to villagers who lost their lives in the Great War. But it's today's residents who really make the village, and I've brought our couple to meet Robert Breach, a farmer and landowner born and bred here.
Hello, Robert.
What's the best thing about this place?
Wow, there's nice people here, and there are nice walks. Quiet. We've got a pub. We haven't got a shop, but
Pub's
yeah,
good.
everybody's pretty friendly, mate.
Lovely, friendly people.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah.
Yes.
You would fit in perfect. You're just there. And it's not too big, is it? The village of Bulkington?
No.
Some villages have been, developed. There is no development because me and my brother owns all the rest of the village, don't we?
That's good to know.
Can I leave them with you to have a look around
Yeah,
the farm?
that's fine. They can have a look.
Fantastic. Okay.
Thank you.
While I leave Liz and John to coo over the animals, I'm off to the pub, well, opposite it anyway, to get a sneak preview of our last property, situated in the heart of the village and set back from the road.
So this is the mystery house. I'm going to share my dilemma. because Bulkington's like an amazing, amazing village. And this has got everything they want outside. It's got a big double garage, beautiful wraparound gardens. But the house is a really lovely bungalow, but it's probably going to be the thing that they struggle with, particularly where we're going to put Emily. Poor Emily. But you know, where's the space for Emily going to be? So everything outside is great, but the mystery is like, how can they make the house inside work?
Well, let's find out, because here they come.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Come on in. Join me on the lawn.
Lovely.
This is your mystery house.
Wow, okay.
Wow.
Interesting.
Now hopefully you've fallen in love with the village.
Yes, we
Oh,
have.
we have.
It's lovely, yes, really
It's
lovely.
great, isn't it?
It is,
And snug behind all these hedges you've got this.
yes.
Now obviously the mystery is that it's a bungalow.
Yes.
Okay, we're in a chalet bungalow at the moment, so yeah, I mean, why not?
We're open to it.
Yeah, you can see it's a lovely plot, isn't it?
Well, this gives you so much of what you wanted, but you're going to have to put your thinking caps on inside.
Right.
Okay.
Shall we have a look?
Yes.
Our red brick mystery house was built in the 1980s. It's detached, sits in the middle of its own plot, and has ample space for parking. We're kicking things off in the heart of the home, a delightful farmhouse-style kitchen.
Come in here.
Oh,
Ah, without doubt, this is the biggest kitchen that I've shown
It
you
is.
this
It
week.
is, yes, that's a lovely sized kitchen.
And a massive utility room there, so all the white goods are actually next door.
It's very nice.
Is
Yes.
this more the
Yes.
size that you were hoping for?
yes.
Yes, I think so.
And views of the garden, which
Yeah,
is
stone
lovely.
floors. Nice.
Yeah.
Let's go and see the room that might be Emily's. If you want to head back out towards the front door, it's the first on the right.
Okay.
This property currently has 2 living rooms, but this is the one I think would make a great temporary bedroom for Liz and John's daughter.
So this is listed as a bedroom. It goes
Yes.
out into the conservatory.
It's nice through there, isn't it? Double
It's
doors.
very nice.
So it's a little bit about, no.
How could you use the space?
Would Emily
Yes.
want this, or would we want this?
Mm.
Which room would Emily get?
Interesting.
It's all going to make much more sense if you can see all the rooms of the house, isn't it? So I'm going to let
Yes.
you explore the house to your heart's content. I'll be out in the garden.
Okay, great.
Okay.
The generous proportions are echoed around the home. In the spacious living room, light floods in through a big bay window, and the focal point is a large fireplace.
Oh,
Yeah.
very nice room.
Yeah.
I think it's bigger than it looks.
Yeah, it
at
is.
first glance. Yes.
What do you think?
I'm not sure at the moment, but I think we need to see the rest of the rooms.
Oh,
Oh, that's a
big
good
master
size.
bedroom. There's not an ensuite, but there's a bathroom obviously close
Yes.
by. I'm liking what I'm seeing, but I'm not feeling it at the moment.
Bungalows often boast big square rooms, and the single level layout means you could choose the areas dedicated for living or for sleeping.
Yeah.
Could be for Emily.
So much to think about inside and lots to take in outside too. For Liz, there are gardens to the front, side and rear, comprising lawns, flower beds and an orchard. And at the front, there's something especially for John.
I know you love a man cave. That's probably more than a man cave. This is a serious office
Yes.
and workshop. Is this going to fit the bill? It's big.
It looks like it will. It's got a lovely look. Double garage should be plenty of size for me.
But I don't know if you can see actually, Liz, but behind there's this wonderful veggie patch with a greenhouse and
I think I can see a greenhouse.
Glimpse.
That's a bonus.
so it's quite a big plot. What do you think the price tag right in the centre of the village is?
I'm going to say it's going to be about 500,000.
I think it's possibly a bit more than that. I think it's about 510.
This is actually on the market for £460,000.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, that's a big difference.
So
yeah.
you would have some
yes.
financial wiggle room.
You would, yes.
That's interesting.
Why don't you go and explore the garage and the veggie patch, and I will be waiting for you in the garden.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting.
Our detached single-storey mystery house is on the market a sizable £65,000 under the top budget. It's got a large dining kitchen and offers options for daughter Emily. There are gardens for Liz, a double garage for John, and all of this sits in the heart of a charming village.
This is a great space.
Yeah, this is perfect size space. This is exactly what I asked for. It could potentially be, have a partition down the
You
middle.
could divide it,
Yeah.
couldn't you?
But the space is perfect. It's exactly what I need. I think Alistair's thrown us a bit of a curveball with this one.
I think he has, actually.
Yeah, it's very interesting and not what we were expecting at all. This house, for me, has got lots of the things we want. It's got the double garage, it's got the space.
It's got a
lovely
beautiful garden.
But it just doesn't have the feel.
I think probably this is Head, centre of the village, across the road from the pub. But the house number 2 is Heart. This is great. I've always wanted a fruit cage. They're really good.
Well, I came to collect you. I'm going to have to drag you away, I'm afraid, from the mystery house. And actually, this is the end of all our houses. So we'll take a pause and, collect our thoughts. Okay?
In the north of the Wiltshire countryside, within the splendid 50-acre grounds of the Georgian estate Harton Park, is a rather unique specimen. At first glance, it's nothing more than an unusual wooden barn. But within its 116-year-old walls, a little-known sport called stick tennis takes place.
To find out more about this extraordinary sport, I've come to talk to Jeff Thomas. He told me to bring my kit, so I think I might be in for a game.
Jeff owns this stunning estate with a history that stretches back over 200 years.
Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning, Alistair.
It's a strange-looking building.
This is one of 3 buildings left in the world. This was built as a stick tennis court. So in 1904, at that time, the aristocracy loved their royal tennis or their real tennis.
That's the one that you do at Hampton Court off the walls. With
Leather ball, slightly strange racket, off the walls. But as the British Army were travelling around the world, the gentlemen officers wanted to play real tennis but were unable to find a local real tennis court. So the British Army used its creativity, and this actually represents a 9-foot by 9-foot gunnery target, 10 of them long, 3 of them wide, 2 of them high. You can create your own ready-made real tennis court.
That's so crazy.
And they came back from their travels, and 32 of these were built in the UK.
32?
32. Even Buckingham Palace has one, which is now the indoor swimming pool.
Are they all like this with this wooden sort of faux chalet effect?
Every court is different, and in fact, every court has slightly different rules. You've got the real tennis court, you've got the lawn tennis rackets, the scoring is lawn tennis, the serving is real tennis. It's a hybrid, we would call it today, wouldn't we? It's all about guile and misuse of the rules. I think there's a lot of sportsmanship that goes on the court.
Sportsmanship in inverted commas.
Correct.
This striking building and this unusual sport attract around 60 stick tennis enthusiasts every week. And I must say, I'm looking forward to getting stuck in myself.
A little gallery so you can see the game and the building. It's an amazing building. I'm trying to work out the rules. It seems that you can hit the ball pretty much anywhere, which is good for me. So anywhere I hit it, it'll still be in.
Right, I think I've got a vague idea of what to do. First, to get kitted up, I'm joining 2 seasoned players, Hugh and Adrian. They are both world champions.
Let's do this. You looked amazing from up there. Amazing.
That's very kind.
It's a crazy sport. It looked like slow squash mixed with lawn tennis.
Well, it's really neither of them. I mean, it's got tennis because same size tennis rackets, same size tennis balls, but much softer. You serve off the penthouse, which is that
Sloped bit.
It only bounces once.
But it can bounce off a wall.
It can bounce off the wall. That doesn't count as the bounce. It's when it hits the floor.
So is there a tactical skill? Are you trying to, because it's slightly different from tennis?
Yeah, so it's a game of anticipation. You want to run to where the ball is going to be, not where it's going.
I'm neither good at tennis or squash, so you'll have to be very patient, but I would love to have a go. Oh no!
I'm not sure I'll be winning any medals for my efforts today.
I'm going to do a fancy stick tennis serve here.
Nice.
That was all right?
Yeah. Nice. Well played.
Woo.
Right, try and get to the corner. Try and hit the... Yes.
Corner, corner.
Lovely. Forward.
You serve. Oh, okay.
Go. Oh, lucky.
Oh, that's out.
No, that is up.
Well, I'm a hot sticky mess after that. Best if I freshen up and find out if any of our houses have scored game, set and match.
I thought the beauty of the village of Bulkington might win over Liz and John, but I think the bungalow was just a bit too much for them to figure out. So let's find out whether any of our properties this week in Wiltshire are going to get a gold medal. What a spot!
Fabulous.
Oh. So let's talk about this week. It's been an eventful week for you guys.
Certainly has.
Is there a clear favourite?
Yes.
There is. House number 2.
House number 2 was great, wasn't it?
It was
It was lovely.
beautiful.
I think we both had the feeling for it straight away, that this was the right sort of house. We had that gut feeling you get,
Yes.
that we didn't get with the others.
Yeah.
And the more we went round it and saw the things that it had that could offer us, the more we liked it, I think.
So Liz, what happens next? What's your next step?
I think we'll talk to Emily about the accommodation for her, and I think we'll contact the agent and hopefully go back for another look with Emily.
Right. Yes.
So you feel like you're almost ready to make an offer?
Yes.
It's great news.
Yes, if Emily really likes it, I think that could be on the cards.
Are you still in love with Wiltshire? Do you think
Yes.
it was a good choice to come?
Yes, I think
Yes.
it's a great choice.
Even more so, possibly, because we've visited so many places and going
Yes.
from one to the other, we've really seen the county. And that house is also not too far away to go back to the Thames and also back to the fencing club.
Well, I'm so pleased. Best of luck, and I hope the lifestyle change really benefits you, John.
Thank you.
And that Liz, you don't have to worry about him quite so much.
Yes.
We are thrilled after our Olympian efforts here in Wiltshire this week that John and Liz are probably, fingers crossed, going to put an offer in on house number 2, subject to Emily's approval. It just goes to show that there are in fact 4 H's here in Wiltshire: ham, horses, history and home. So make sure you join us next time for more Escape to the Country.
If you would like to escape to the country in Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales or England and need our help, you can apply online at bbc.co.uk/take part.